Hello, guys. Welcome back to another installment of Professor Charles' Live. And today we back with another story time where this story time is going to be interesting. Where I was in ethics class and our teacher in our class scared away our so-called classmate that didn't believe in racism. So let's talk about this story. It was one of the days I had ethics. You know what I'm saying? I had that class. I want to say, I think it was between Monday. It was Monday and Wednesday. I had that class on campus. Back when I was a college student, you dig? And what happened was, we had this girl. I'm gonna just call her Student A. Student A was from a well-privileged community in the state that I live in. And you know, I remember when we first actually got introduced to this classmate. We all had to introduce ourselves prior to this story, and I was just like, girl, you don't know what you got yourself into. Talking about coming to the hood, and I want to have a hood experience and all this stuff. And yes, the person was Caucasian. I ain't got nothing against that. But that's not the moral of the story. So let me get back to the story. So one day we in class and we all debating. In ethics class, that's one thing I liked about ethics class. It was a very debatable class. I love that about our teacher. He was an older gentleman at the time, and he was pretty well respected on campus too. Let me just say that. But you know, we got into a topic and it led to racism, right? So what happened was classmate A, she was on some other stuff, y'all. I don't know where that it came left field from nowhere. There's no such thing as racism. And look, the class, even some of the other white people in the class, most of my class was primarily black. They looked at her. When I mean we all looked at her, we like, what? No such thing as racism. What world you living in? You know what I'm saying? We all looked at her. We was like, you know, she's like, well, I've never experienced it. I don't know. What world are you living? Are you living in a cave or something? Like, in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there like, classmate, hey, you tripping. You is tripping. And when I mean the class, we all said something, you know what I'm saying? Even the professor was like where'd she get this information from? So, you know, then she starts to get a little scared and nervous because majority of my class was black. We did have some white people in my class too. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, even though it was, you know, it's a black community college. But just her disposition and being, to me, she's a bit naive. Yeah, you may come from a wealthy family that got this going on and all that stuff. And we kind of just like looked at her kind of puzzled, like, I don't think you belong here. Like, you in denial about racism? Like, it don't exist? You don't see what's going on TV, on the news, history? Then I thought about it. Maybe she blocked that out of her mind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in her imagination or in her mind, she believed that there's no racism. And the teacher, it was so funny. He's like, what makes you not believe, the professor's like, what makes you not to believe in racism, classmate A? Because I've never experienced it. I don't know what it feels like. Feels like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all looking at her. She nervous. Y'all should have seen the look on that girl face, classmate A. I mean, like, when the class was pissed with her, they were pissed with her. Even the white people in the class were pissed with her. And I was just like, you embarked up the wrong tree. So the moral of the story is, what happens is, that following week, right? So I think she got the message, you know what I'm saying? She was not welcome. She was a bit arrogant, you know what I'm saying? Talking about she don't believe in this and that and stuff. But the crazy thing was she did not return. I guess her hood experience, being in the hood and being raised in the suburbs, and the wealthy suburbs at that, she learned her lesson. Just because you don't experience does not mean something's not real. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my professor that week when we went back to class. He said, I must have scared her away. I said, yeah, you probably did scare her away, and all of us too, because we looking at her like she an alien. Like, What universe you living in? We all living in the same universe together. And yes, racism does exist. I don't know what world you living in, but apparently it must be some type of fantasy going on. And the class, we all chuckled and laughed about it. And then that following day, because like I said, I had that class twice, and she didn't show up. So her so-called experience in the urban area was officially over. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about some people have a fetish about people dealing with racism. I don't get it. I don't get the gist of it. But I think to me, it just seemed like she just did not want to believe this concept that racism is happening. You know what I'm saying? People get discriminated because of their, ethnicity and all that stuff. But this is my video for the day. Has anyone experienced this in college where there's a person that's in denial about the most craziest thing ever? You tell me in the comments. It's your boy, Professor Charles S. Live. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for rocking with me, for commenting, for liking. Like I said, thank y'all. I am nothing without my supporters. I want to truly thank you guys. And until next time, guys, I'm out.